Chapter 12, Merry and Happy. December 1st. If love were what the rose is, and I were like the leaf, our lives would grow together in sadder singing weather. Algernon Charles Swinburne. Although this quote is more of a metaphor and doesn't necessarily have to do with singing per se, it is a great quote nonetheless. I believe what Algernon is hinting at is the fact that a rose needs a leaf for it to grow, since they are connected and dependent on each other, and both are going to grow together over time if given the right tender love and care. For a flower, it would be the right amount of water and sunlight. We can think of the water as the sad weather, as it can represent rain and thunderstorms, since both produce water. Furthermore, we could think of singing weather as the sunlight, since the sun makes us feel good and is a powerful source of light, heat, and growth all at once. Both are necessary for things in nature to grow, namely plants, flowers, grass, and trees. December 2nd. Sing a song. Sing out loud, sing out strong. Sing of good things, not bad. Sing of happy, not sad. Sing a song. Make it simple to last your whole life long. Don't worry that it's not good enough for anyone else to hear. Just sing a song. Sing a song that the world sing along. Sing of love there could be. Sing for you and for me. Joe Raposo. What a beautiful way to think and live life, by singing simple, happy songs loud and strong, over and over again, in love. Taken straight from the song, Sing a Song, made famous by the Carpenters, Mr. Raposo encourages the listener to not be afraid of what other people might think of you and how you sing, as well as if you live your life. In other words, if you are living your life the way you feel is best for you and those around you, as well as doing the most good, there's no reason to question that or have second thoughts. We all get one shot at this life, so to not live it authentically would be a shame and a real disservice to yourself and your fellow brothers and sisters. There are other sayings which can easily be applied to this too. An example: sing like no one's listening, or dance like no one's watching. Even phrases like pave your own path, blaze your own trail, he or she marches to the beat of their own drum are great examples of going after life in a meaningful, purpose-filled way, inspiring yourself and others at the same time. When you are able to adopt this mentality, there's no slowing you down as you continue to separate yourself from the pack and the daily mission you are on to become a better version of yourself every day, leaving any naysayers or negative Nancys in the dust. December 3rd. Always let them think of you as singing and dancing. Anita Bruckner. I love it. I couldn't think of a better way to look at life, or live life for that matter. It's so simple and perfect. It's widely known that if you are singing and dancing, you're generally having fun and enjoying yourself. You are finding a way to let loose, be more carefree, and create your own fun to an already existing melody or song through nuances and inflections. Now, when Anita says let them think of you as doing those things, let us not stop at letting people think of us as carefree and easygoing. Let us actually live out that carefreeness and peaceful way of being through our words and actions. I truly believe this is the key to long-term happiness, to not take life so seriously all the time and to enjoy yourself as much as possible, within reason, of course. You don't want to get into a car crash and die because you drank too much and decided to get behind the wheel of a car. That and finding meaning and purpose in life. Now, if you're either a professional singer or a dancer and find meaning through these activities, then you're hitting a home run in this realm. December 4th. I'm not looking for career attention, for more success, more money. I'm just singing songs I chose because I love them. Celine Dion. This is the exact right way to go about anything in life, never mind singing. Celine is singing for the right reason because she just loves to do it. If we could all be so lucky to find something we're deeply passionate about and enjoy and be able to do it every day for a career like she has, well, we can. All we have to do is try out different activities and hobbies and see what really lights our fire, so to speak. Then it's all about practicing, repetition, and rehearsal, or on honing those skills and celerity to make it more efficient and fun for you to want to come back to it often. I love when she says she's not looking for attention, success, or money, because at the end of the day, those things are really temporary. What fulfills us and sustains us is enjoying what we are doing and finding meaning and purpose in it along the way. Way to lead by example, Celine. December 5th. I remember when the candle shop burned down. Everyone stood around singing happy birthday, Stephen Wright. Although it must have been sad to witness a small business going down in flames, there was still beauty in this quote. Essentially, we are viewing the experience through the lens of celebration rather than tragedy. Since candles are used on cakes, brownies, cookies, and really anything you can stick them in or on to celebrate birthdays all over the world, the idea of a whole bunch of them burning simultaneously just makes too much sense. Is it a shame for businesses to burn down? Yes. Is it a shame that all those candles, which could have provided celebrations for many people over time, are no longer available to do so? Yes. However, for all of them to burn at once in a blaze of glory, as the saying goes, it's poetic and I'm sure a sight to see. Instead of many celebrations, there was one huge celebration, a party for the ages, if you will. With all this said, let us choose to look at the goodness and beauty in things rather than the darkness and sadness. Both are ever present in the world around us. December 6th. Sing a new song unto the Lord. Let your song be sung from mountains high. Sing a new song unto the Lord, singing Alleluia. Dan Shute. I can't think of a better way to capture the essence of singing and music for that matter. When we sing, we ought to do it loud and proud for all to hear, shouting it from the rooftops. Or in this case, it would be from the top of a mountain. Why not? As we've spoken about in various ways throughout this book, singing is a great way to let loose, celebrate, and make us feel good. We can also treat it like a workout for the midsection of our bodies and minds. And when we sing a song to or about God, we are praising Him twice. Once when we recite whatever lyrics or words are in the song on their own, as if reading a story, and again, when we sing those words with the melody underneath or accompanying them. For me, it's a call to action to the best version of myself every day, to put my best foot forward and never give up the pursuit of a passion like singing. You never know who's listening and you might inspire. Also, you never know who might inspire you to continue down the path you're already on, and to top it all off, to go on the great adventure that is your life without hesitation, reservation, or second thought. No one else is going to do it for you. You have to be an active participant in creating the life you want and the life you rightfully deserve. December 7th. I often enjoy singing in an acoustic setting more than an amplified one. Eric Clapton. So do I, Eric. So do I. There's two major reasons why. One, I feel like I can hear myself better in an acoustic setting. An electric or amplified setting makes it harder to hear my voice because every instrument is magnified, therefore masking my singing voice. I feel the need to sing with more power and force behind it as well, since I'm competing with the amplification. Number two, my voice just sounds more natural in an acoustic setting. Any instrument unplugged in it is in its natural state, so blending my voice with something more natural feels and sounds better to me. It's as if my voice and whatever instrument is being played at the same time are working in tandem and complementing each other rather than competing with one another. December 8th, Wild Thing, you make my heart sing, you make everything groovy. Chip Taylor. I love this lyric. Yes, it's from the song Wild Thing, written by Chip Taylor and made popular by the Trogs. Although the words are simple, they pack a punch. When someone is wild, you might consider them to be carefree, throwing caution to the wind, and overall a ton of fun. It is positive energy at its finest. Who wouldn't want to be around someone like that? Now, maybe it wouldn't be all the time, because a whole lot of that may be too much for anyone to handle all the time. But in small doses, this could be just what the doctor ordered in order to live a more joyful life. When he says you make my heart sing, this is another way of saying you make me happy. When our heart sings, it beats with excitement for what it is you are doing, are intending to do, or for whoever you are with or want to be with. And as a result, everything is groovy or A-okay. December 9th. Singing makes me so happy and feeds my soul so much that I almost wouldn't want it to get tainted and become this work thing. Evan Rachel Wood. I know exactly what you mean, Evan. Singing makes me incredibly happy as well. However, it's a bit different for a lot of people, I presume. Anyone who is pursuing music at the next level, just utilizing music as a means to educate and help people, music teacher, music therapist, and performer, artist, songwriter, might feel the same way as me, in that as freeing, uplifting, and joyful singing and music it is also something I work at day in and day out. Questions I ask myself a lot are, how can I take this piece of music and use it to connect with someone who's learning the piano, learning the guitar, or improving their singing voice? How can I break this piece of music down into its simplest form so people with any kind of experience, beginner, intermediate, or expert, can enjoy it and get something out of it in order to become a better musician? How can I create something unique from an already existing song, rewrite the lyrics to teach a new topic, or create something completely original to teach or inspire? So although I find much joy and happiness in singing, I live in a duality of sorts, with it trying my best to pull something out of songs to educate or motivate as well. I believe it is possible to do both without it becoming tainted or turn into solely a work thing. It's all about how you look at what you are doing in a given moment with a song, and keeping the balance with being creative and being technical. December 10th. The making of a whole person and the creation of a true individual can only happen by singing and dancing and making art. Anthony Gormley. I totally agree with you, Anthony. Being a creative type myself, I completely resonate with the idea that one cannot be whole if you are not able to express yourself in a creative way, like singing, dancing, and making art in any of its various forms. There's just something missing in the final equation that goes into making up a complete person without a creative outlet or endeavor. Yes, everyone has their own distinct personality traits, as well as their own unique DNA, physical attributes and features, values, beliefs, morals, but there is still missing from piece of the full puzzle. I, as well as many other people, believe that to be some sort of creative expression. So, when a child comes up to you and says that they want to be a rock star or the next Picasso, let us be more open to allowing them to explore whatever it is they are inspired by, rather than suppressing those dreams. You don't know the inherent talent or skill anyone you come in contact with has, or the capabilities someone has inside of them to go above and beyond to prove themselves through their creative brain. In the end, this person creates something beautiful, so beautiful, practical, and long-lasting that the entire human race can benefit from for generations to come. This is obviously creating the most good for the most amount of people as possible. Last thing I would want to do is stop them from even starting. December 11th. It's like being an athlete. You get into a certain shape where you really have the right wind, because it's all to do with breath. Because singing and dancing at the same time is not easy, Liza Minnelli. Singing is like being an athlete. You have to train, exercise, work out every day in order to become fitter, leaner, and just more overall in shape. You have to stretch your body and prepare for practice and or a game. The same can be said for singing. You're working all the core muscles and organs on an extensive basis if you're a professional singer. You just don't wake up and sing for 4 hours at a clip. One has to build up to that kind of stamina in a live performance arena. If you don't have your breath right, you won't be able to push the words you are singing in any meaningful way. In fact, you most likely would miss the mark completely and fall flat, pun intended. In order to put yourself in a position to succeed, correct breathing is the name of the game. Otherwise, it might sound like someone is hyperventilating, having a panic attack, or unable to sing what they used to sing in their prime. When Liza says singing and dancing at the same time is not easy, she is right on the money. Singing and doing anything at the same time is not easy, never mind exercising where you were trying to sing. December 12th, I started learning everybody's riffs, from Donny Hathaway to Jeffrey Osborne to James Ingram, that helped me create my own style of singing, R. Kelly. A little bit of this artist and a little bit of that singer. This is what we do as performers, artists, and singers. We learn how to emulate and copy what other people do when we're first starting out, then put a twist on it to make it something of our own. Something unique that separates us from the pack. Something that sounds familiar, but isn't exactly like insert whatever singer, artist, performer here. It is in this practice that we begin to develop our own style and truly find our voice, if you will. From there, we hone in on what it is we are trying to say through each song and how we will tell each story through our voice. December 13th, I get the greatest feeling when I'm singing is otherworldly. Your feet are anchored into the earth, and it's into this energy force that comes up through your feet and goes up to the top of your head, and maybe you're holding hands with the angels of the stars. I have no idea. Cyndi Lauper. I feel the same way, Cindy. There is just something about singing that is very special. It's as if you're physically and mentally embodying the lyrics of a song so deep into your being that you become one with the song, while at the same time unleashing that feeling for everyone else to enjoy, appreciate, and hopefully motivate and inspire. As a singer, you are being the antenna to receive the words, melodies, and storyline in such a way to interpret as your own and give it away to the world through the act and art of performance. In that sense, you are living in both a connected to the earth kind of way, grounded, as well as a divine way, tapping into the abstract and intangible elements of life. When you sing, you are letting the music run through every fiber of your being to heal and encourage, making for a wonderful human and seemingly divine experience. December 14th, the artists who stand out to me have a passion for what they do. There are a lot of people who can sing. It's just like when you go to church and people are singing because it sounds good, not because it feels good. There's a difference. Jill Scott. Jill, you are 100% right in the first two sentences. The artists who stand out to me have a passion for what they do as well. And there are a lot of people who can sing. However, I would argue that people sing in church not just because it sounds good, but because it feels good too. I mean, if you're religious or spiritual at all, it's nearly impossible to separate the words you are singing in every song from what the intention of each service or mass is about. Jesus dying for humanity on the cross because he loves us so much. If that isn't a wildly meaningful and passionate, after all, Good Friday is widely considered the passion of Jesus Christ gesture, then I don't know what is. I get where Jill is coming from to a certain extent, but then she loses me with the sounding good and feeling good aspect of it as it pertains to church. Maybe if another example was given, it would make a little more sense, but not this one. I would agree with her in the fact that we should be singing because it feels good and it sounds good, not one or the other. Both have to be present in order to fully appreciate and do the song justice. December 15th, the audience keeps singing, keeps making my case, and I just keeps drumming until I get close enough to see her eyes. Then I start singing the chorus right to her, and she smiles at me, and it's like we're the only two people out here, the only ones who know what's happening, which is that this song we're all singing together is being rewritten. It's no longer an angry plea shouted to the void. Right here on this stage in front of 80,000 people, it's becoming something else. This is our new vow, Gail Foreman. This quote is akin to the saying, no man ever steps in the same river twice, because it's all about transformation. We aren't the same person when we step through the river at different parts of life. And the river isn't the same because maybe it's picked up some new twigs, new wildlife, has more water in it than before. When you take something that already exists, a song, and perform it in different ways, genres, styles, solo or band, the song begins to take on a new shape. It becomes something new, even though it is the same exact words and melodies of those words. There's a huge difference between one person singing a song than 100 people singing that same song. There's more personalities, harmonies, and inflections being sung with a big group than just one person singing it. The moral of the story is that we are all active participants in creating change to something unique within an already existing thing or activity. We just have to be open to letting the creative juices flow and then make it our own. Pretty amazing when you think about it, right? December 16th. Singing is not about timbres or category labels. Singing is about fascinating acoustical properties like the colors of the human voice which derive from thought and emotion. Thomas Hampson. I couldn't have said it better myself. There are a few quotes that can stand alone like this without having much added to it, and this one definitely fits the mold. The only thing I feel like could be added is a simple reiteration that every single voice is different and unique in its own way, and this is what provides us with a wide range of notes, melodies, and octaves the human voice is able to sing. One person might only be able to sing a monotone manner, while another is able to sing through 4 to 5 octaves, and yet someone else might be able to sing 2 or 3. It opens up opportunities to sing solo, in a duet, barbershop quartet, a choir, and a whole massive group of people at a concert or festival, doing our own thing while still sounding awesome together as one unit. It is in this display of singing where we can inspire one another, producing and evoking the gamut of human emotions and feelings. December 17th. If everyone started off the day singing, just think how happy they'd be. Laura Miracle. They'd be extremely happy. That's what they'd be. Since singing makes you feel good, I can't think of a better way to start a day other than possibly praying or meditating your way to peace and joy as well as singing. Better yet, if you're singing praise and worship songs at the onset of a new day, then you're really putting yourself in a position to feel good and tackle the day before it tackles you. This kind of positivity is wildly contagious and will be extremely beneficial to the world at large. Just think of the trickle-down effect it would have on every relationship and situation in life. If you are already in a good mood from singing right out of the gate, then the higher the likelihood for a positive feedback loop to happen within yourself and to everyone you come in contact with for said day. It's a win-win all around. December 18th, singing a song in the morning, singing it again at night. I don't even know what I'm singing about, but it makes me feel all right. Kevin Ayers. Isn't that the truth, Kevin? Sometimes we don't have to fully understand all the lyrics of a song or the story it is trying to convey in order to enjoy it. We can just be in the moment and enjoy singing said song just for the sake of singing and how it makes us feel. This is one of the wonderful attributes of music and singing for that matter. Don't get me wrong, I like a great story and message in songs just as much as the next person, but sometimes we need to let loose and sing our hearts and souls out without knowing all there is to know about the song or where the writer or artist performer is coming from. We can simply sing and trust that the music and words will take us to where it wants us to go or show us something we might need at that moment in time, but we didn't know we needed. December 19th. You don't need a reason to sing, Marty Bruman. You're so right, Marty. As human beings and lovers of music, we really don't need an actual reason to sing. Singing just for the sake of singing can be enough. Now, we know that singing provides us with several positive benefits, both short and long term for the singer and those listening to the singing. However, even if we throw all those benefits to the side, we can sing just because we want to or because we like it. Yes, those could be seen as reasons to sing, but they're very surface level and what a child might say if asked the question, why do you sing? There's something to this, though. If we can all be more childlike in this way, I bet we would all be a lot happier, more at peace, and not worrying about feeling the need to justify our joy of singing or our joy of doing anything for that matter. December 20th. She is singing tonight to bring the chandelier down. Gaston Leroux. I couldn't think of a better way to live life as well as sing. This quote is all about giving it your all in whatever you choose to do in life. If it is singing, then it's about showing up to perform day in and day out of the duration of your career. It's not about taking shortcuts or half-assing it as not only will you be deceiving the audience listener, but also lying to yourself. Plus, doing anything less than your best is to sacrifice the gift. That is from Steve Prefontaine. Another way to look at this is to sing with so much power that you are singing all the way to the people sitting in the nosebleed section or the rafters, if you will. Once you commit to doing something, you might as well go all the way, pursuing it with passion, confidence, and perseverance. December 21st. You chose the toughest song to sing tonight, and you worked it out. Randy Jackson. You have to love these confidence-boosting words. Randy is saying to whatever singer came to the stage at that given moment that they are able to take on something challenging and rise to the occasion, doing the most justice they could with a song. The same can be said about life. In fact, I would go so far to say that anything worth pursuing, meaningful relationships, business ventures, worthy nonprofit causes, starting a family, etc., is going to have its challenges. Nothing is going to be, and no one is going to have it easy. We're all going to have our ups and downs, bumps in the road, detours, and setbacks. Does it stink? Yes. Is it less than ideal? Yes. Is it part of the process? Yes. All these questions and answers shouldn't stop us from living our lives, being brave and courageous amidst the gunk, if you will. You will become stronger, more resilient, and less afraid of going out there on the adventure or journey that life is. So go for it, even if you haven't done it before. You might surprise yourself in the best way, and in turn encourage and inspire you and others along the way to keep on going and trying new things. December 22nd. If you aren't singing, you are not a singer. Alik Ice. Seems pretty obvious, right? Well, it is. The same can be said of anything in life, is you have to be practicing your art, craft, gift, talent, skill, or area of study in order to get better at anything and call yourself that thing. An example, a singer. Here are some other real-world examples of this exact sentiment. If you aren't learning, you're not a student. If you aren't dancing, you're not a dancer. If you aren't painting or sculpting, you are not an artist. If you aren't exercising, you are not an athlete. If you aren't writing, you are not a writer. If you aren't selling, you are not a salesman. And on and on and on. You get the point. Let us do the thing we want to be calling ourselves and actually being. How do we do that? By making a daily habit out of doing it. It's that simple. December 23rd. No matter what you step in, keep walking along and singing your song because it's all good. Eric Litwin. This is a great metaphor for life. No matter what happens to, usually thought of in a negative sense, or for, usually thought of in a positive sense, you owe it to yourself to keep on going on the great journey that is your life. If something crappy happens, accept it and move forward. Don't let it bring you down. Use it as fuel to be better, to inspire yourself and inspire others. If something great happens, awesome. Don't let it get to your head. Don't rest on your laurels. Use it as inspiration to continue down the straight and narrow path you've paved. In the final analysis, the world will continue to keep on spinning and things will play out as they naturally do with or without you. Now, this may sound morbid, but it is the reality of it. At any rate, neither scenario should stop us from living our lives, pursuing our passions, and becoming a better version of ourselves every day. All is good in the end. December 24th. To sing is to bring this to the surface all the depth of one's being. Marty Rubin. Couldn't have said it better myself, Marty. What we are doing when we sing is digging deep into our guts, our hearts, our souls, our beings, if you will, in order to tell the best, most compelling, and inspiring story through the lyrics of whatever song is on our tongue and lips. This can be said about a song that, face value, might have less than inspirational lyrics and is more of a fun dance song to let loose to. And the same can be said about a song that tells an intensely intimate and passionate story through the lyrics as well. Still, it can do the same with any combination in between. In the end, this is the beauty of music. It is able to transcend what we might think of it upon hearing a song for the first time. And it definitely transcends what we might think of it when we sing that song as a song takes on another meaning in another shape. If we do it with the right amount of focus and intensity, we can become one with the song. Time, space, and the ego disappear, and nothing else matters at that moment except the song at hand. Truly amazing. December 25th. It's the singer, not the song, the Rolling Stones. Love this. Have you ever heard of the phrase, she could sing the phone book and make it sound good? If so, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If not, it basically breaks down to the fact that a singer is so good that they can take something so mundane as people's names and businesses and sing them in such a way that they all sound amazing. This is what the Rolling Stones are referring to with this quote. I wholeheartedly agree with this because what distinguishes a good singer from a phenomenal singer is how they go about singing each word and each phrase of a song to make for a truly unique experience never heard before and unable to be replicated. If you're able to do this, You make the case for yourself to become a legend, icon, and someone people want to emulate overall. December 26th, singing is the language of the soul, the way we speak when we can't find the words. It's a way to connect with the divine and express our deepest desires and fears. When we sing from our heart, we open up the possibility of magic. The voice is a powerful tool for healing and transformation. Shandan Negi. Let that sink in for a minute. I can't believe I found a quote of this nature. I mean, it sums up everything that singing stands for and is about. There is nothing else that needs to be added. December 27th. If you can walk, you can dance. If you can talk, you can sing. Zimbabwe proverb. Great words of wisdom, and simple as well. As long as you're able to do the basic thing first, an example, walking and talking, it isn't too difficult to figure out the next step in the process. An example, dancing and singing. Dancing is a fun, exaggerated form of walking, and the same goes for singing. This idea can work for many things in life. For instance, if you can write and/or type, you can write a book, a movie, a screenplay, a song, an agreement, or a contract. If you know basic math, you can go grocery shopping, buy clothes, play the lottery, go out to eat or drink, go on vacations, have unique experiences around the world, be a small to mid-sized to large-scale business owner, employee, work on Wall Street, be an accountant and financial manager. You get the point. December 28th. A friend knows the song in my heart and sings it to me when my memory fails. Donna Roberts. This is so true. Sometimes in life, things can get really crazy and overwhelming. Maybe work is demanding more of your time and energy on work projects, and you are seeing less of your friends and family as a result. Maybe you or a close family member are sick and the stress and anxiety are beginning to be too much to handle. Maybe you are in an accident and the physical and mental toll of it changes the way you have to live your life from now on. It is in these times where we need someone to remind us of who we are again, to bring us back to ourselves. True lifelong friends have a way to make us feel young again, help us remember the good times of the past and what we really care about deep down inside. Let's face it, we all need help in life from time to time. We're not alone, and there is beauty and comfort in knowing this. Let us not forget to lean on people and ask for the much-needed assistance when we feel like it's too much for us to handle on our own. December 29th. Life is a song. Sing it. Life is a struggle. Accept it. Mother Teresa. Life is not just a song, it's a wonderful symphony. There are so many beautiful things that surround and happen to for us in our favor. Just being able to read the words in this book is a huge blessing. The fact that you're breathing and get to live another day is amazing. All the wonderful people in your life and the experiences you've been able to have so far is awesome too. So let us be thankful and grateful for all these truly great things and sing loud and proud about it. To Mother Teresa's second point, that life is a struggle, accept it. Wow. It's not the easiest to accept the fact. But in order to move forward in this world, we must. Once we accept anything for what it is, it becomes easier to manage, deal with, and eventually overcome. When we are able to do this, we are putting resistance in its place. December 30th. Unless you have singing in the family and singing in the house, singing everywhere until it becomes a habit, you never can have congregational singing. It will be the cold drops, half water, half ice, which drip and march from some cleft of rock, one drop here and another there, whereas it should be like the August shower, which comes 10 million drops at once and roars on the roof. Henry Ward Beecher. Henry, I agree with you in the sense that you can never have good melodic, harmonic sounding congregational singing without singing being a part of your everyday routine. If it isn't the thing you wake up in the morning excited to do, then big group singing will fall flat or miss the mark. Likewise, if it isn't what you live and breathe each and every day, then the same applies. I love the visual you paint as well, sir. If not practiced every day, it can sound decent and be pretty, let's say, but it will come in short spurts. In this, there is much to be desired. However, if practiced every day, you will most certainly make your presence known in the world through loud and proud, sing from the deepest part of your heart and soul like it's the last thing you'll ever do kind of singing. I prefer the latter. December 31st. Nobody sang better than my mom. That's why I've never even thought of singing for singing's sake. I've always thought of a song as an acting piece, as a way to say something. Liza Minnelli. Singing is definitely a way to say something. I've said it before and I know I'll say it again. It's not just in what we say, but how we say it that matters. For instance, if you say beautiful or that's just great to a situation that isn't really beautiful or great, using the words in a sarcastic tone expressing the negative feeling you have towards it, then the situation isn't really beautiful or great, is it? The same can be said about singing. If you sing a song by reading the words line by line from a phone, a laptop, or a piece of paper and don't embody the lyrics, singing from your heart and soul, the words are still the same, but the execution and delivery of those words is vastly different. So go on and sing your song, whatever that may be, with passion, purpose, intention, and meaning, inspiring and encouraging yourself and others along the way. After all, this is the best kind of life to live anyway.